Hello and welcome back to another episode of LMS Cast. I'm joined by a special repeat guest. His name is Alex Standiford. He's from Siren Affiliates. You can find that at sirenaffiliates.com. This is a product that's coming out or has just come out for affiliates and all kinds of innovation around what partnerships are and how to leverage them on your WooCommerce and your learning site. It's super exciting, just all the innovation and Alex's thoughts around creating effective, incentivized partnerships. But first, welcome back on the show, Alex.
Hey Chris, I'm glad to be here. It's been a minute. The weather's a little different than it was last time.
Yeah, it is a little different. Um, what you're building here with Siren Affiliates is really at the heart of online business in the sense that we as creators, we make things, we sell things, we create digital products or physical products, content. We're creators. So anybody listening to this episode, or if you're watching us, they have a desire to create. But then what happens with the artist, the creator, is they have to sell. And then they do as best as they can, but then they want to look for partnerships and they want help with content and they want technology to be able to facilitate or help facilitate all those relationships and contributions. So I'm super pumped about Siren Affiliates at a high level, sirenaffiliates.com. I check myself because you've often said in our conversations, it's not just affiliate. There's more
Yeah.
going on here. So give us that broad, high level view of your vision for Siren Affiliates.
Yeah. Okay, great. So you're right. It was with great difficulty I had to go with Siren Affiliates because I just couldn't think of a term that people would instantly latch onto, right? It's the de facto online partnership that people think about in this context. So Siren Affiliates is an affiliate platform, but unlike your typical one, it doesn't look at an affiliate program as the only program you can possibly create. An affiliate program is one of many different types of programs that you can make. As long as you can track as long as you can measure a person's performance, you can pay them based on that performance, right? So I think of it as like a pay for performance platform more than anything. I'll give you a more solid example, a couple solid examples here. So like an affiliate program is one, right? So you have a special affiliate link that an influencer or maybe some kind of content creator, whatever they are, they have a link that they give to their people. You've heard these, right? Like use coupon code, blah, blah, blah at the checkout. Well, they want that because they want to get credit for those sales. But what if what if I want to have people write content on my own site instead of their site? So I could maybe create something like a content program where you publish content through my site instead of your own. Maybe you're finding people who don't have an audience or something like that, but they're good writers and you just need content on your site. So you could create a writing program where anytime somebody visits that specific post, maybe that's a trackable event, right? Somebody visited this specific post. So you can associate that person with that visit and then turn that into a sale or into a referral or something like that, just like you did with the influencer or the content creator that's outside of your site. So that would be a whole different program that could work in addition to an affiliate program. So you could potentially stack different programs together or mix them together in different ways. Another possible option could be something like this is right up your alley, right? So a course creation setup. So maybe maybe you wanted to create a learning site that is built by several course creators, and maybe you want to manage all these course creators and help them provide them with a platform to publish their content. Siren will make it possible to set it up so that those people can earn a percentage of your profits based on their course's performance. Maybe it's based on the number of people who complete courses. It could be based on how many minutes people spend watching those videos. It could be based on anything. I mean, if it's measurable within, say, Lifter, it would be integrated in a way that you can track that and reward those people directly.
That's really cool. One of the most popular videos on our YouTube channel is how to build a Udemy clone.
Yeah.
And you're essentially saying, like, if you want to do that, this is Siren Affiliates is the best I've ever seen in how you're laying it out to manage all that. Because it sounds easy, like, oh, I want a website like Udemy, but there's a lot going on there, and you always take it even further, like not just revenue share, but how do we get those creators on our platform,
Mm-hmm.
helping bring traffic, pay for performance on that, create content, pay for performance on that. And what is a conversion? It's not just a sale, like you said. It could be a
Yeah.
view or a time on the site or whatever. There's like lots of options there.
Yeah, exactly.
Tell us, you're also innovating around. We were talking about money, like affiliate commission or incentives. But you're also thinking about awarding partners with things like credits or cash. Like, tell us how you envision the reward program or the award program.
Yeah. So any given affiliate or any given reward program, pay for performance program at all, right, it really is broken down into a few things, right? It's broken down into what is the thing you're tracking, how much is that thing worth, right? So if you have a visit that's worth, maybe let's back to that blog example. Maybe a blogger writes a post, maybe a visit is worth 1 point and maybe a comment is worth like 10, right? So you're able to like kind of track multiple things and assign a value to those things. And based on that value, you can then determine what the payout is. But the payout doesn't have to be money. It could be store credit. It could be cash, right? It could be high fives, whatever works for you. Maybe you have some kind of internal system where you are like a big company or something like that, and you have a support setup like this. I see this a lot for like bigger corporate companies where they have like an internal like reward program where if you have so many points, you can go and spend that on like a $25 Starbucks card or something like that, right? Um, this system could also work with those internal teams, like a support team. You could set up a program where um, there's a specific pool of points that your team can earn based on their respective performance. Like whoever gets the most, like, good high reviews or the best feedback or the satisfaction rate's high, or maybe it's based on the number of sales the people they convert or something like that in those sales. So like there's so many different ways that this can be approached. Not even just in terms of you do a thing, I give you $1. It can be you do a thing and I give you store credit. I give you, some other currency. It can be anything.
Wow, that's super cool. Talk to us about like the dashboard experience and also you're launching this with like a focus on WooCommerce. So WooCommerce has, a dashboard, but the whole affiliate or partner program, it needs its own dashboard stuff. So what's going to be possible there?
Yeah, so that's actually going to depend a lot on the integrations. My
Okay.
goal with this is to make it so that the collaborators, I call them collaborators, affiliates, or whatever you want to call them, right? Your partners, is to provide them with an interface where they can have clarity on the statistics that they need. But depending on what integration you're using, that can kind of vary, right? So, like an affiliate doesn't necessarily need to see their list of courses, but because they don't have any, but they do need to know how many people have, visited the site as a result of their link, how many people have converted, and all kinds of other statistics. So an affiliate's dashboard might look completely different than a course creator's dashboard. And I am setting this up so that the dashboard will integrate deeply with those different things with the expectation that you won't even have to, those people don't even necessarily have to see the WordPress dashboard at all. Um, with Lifter, for example, one of the like the clear ones is for like a course creator program, you can the affiliate dashboard would include a list of their courses that they have, and then they would have the opportunity to view that course or edit that course. And once they click edit, that would take them into the LMS, Lifter LMS's course editor for their content.
That's awesome. I know people get really focused around affiliate programs in terms of following the money. Can you give us a little more like how it would work? Um, like how would what are some ways you could set up the money flow, particularly in the Udemy clone example? Like what are some options around how that works?
Okay, so one of the challenges, one of the fears that I've had whenever I've built programs like this, because like all of this is coming from a decade's worth of knowledge from me building these programs in my own agency. I didn't have the software to do it. I was modifying existing affiliate solutions to make this work. But one of my biggest fears was always I never wanted to decouple the money that's coming in from the money that goes out, right? Because you don't want to accidentally owe more money than you're paying out. So like there's a little bit of a danger there, right? Because if you have an affiliate program and maybe you're paying like 40% on that, and a content program and it's paying 40%. These are really high percentages. I'm just giving you an example. And then maybe you also have a sales program that's like separate from your affiliate program and it's also 40%. Well, if all three of those can stack, you're paying 120%, you're going to end up, losing money on that. So you have to kind of be thoughtful about the out and the in. And in order to solve that, I've created different ways to allow people to make the payout methodologies work. So you can obviously do a percentage, right? You can also do a fixed amount, just like you can with any other affiliate program. But there's two other ones that I'm really excited about. One of them is they're both profit shares. So one's a weighted profit share and one's a basic profit share. And this is literally what companies like Udemy is doing. If you go and you look at their terms, they literally say, we take all of our profits and we take 25% of that and we give it to all of course creators. That money is the pool that is available among all course creators, and the amount you get for that is based on how much your performance, right? How much traffic you've driven. So this is literally just doing that exact thing. So you can create a weighted profit share where you say, this month my memberships earned me $1,000 or something like that. I'm paying out 25% of that amount to all of my course creators. So I would have a $250 pool available to all of them. And it's just based on how much, how their performance is, right? So like I was saying earlier, a comment or a visit was like worth 1 point or 5 points. You could translate that into course content with like every time a student completes one of their courses, they get like a few points or something like that. And maybe it's like every time a video is completely viewed or 80% viewed or something like that, maybe it's like a 1/10 of a point for every like minute watched or something like that. So like you can kind of create this holistic way to like measure the health and the effectiveness of a course creator around multiple different statistics, not just one, and then use that in combination with the different payout methodologies that allows you to make sure that you are not only paying them based on their performance, but also making sure you're not inadvertently paying out more than you're bringing in.
That makes sense. Very cool. Yeah, it's kind of like creating a course. Like you really have to do some design time and structure
Yeah.
time and make sure you think through all the cases. Like what if somebody is an affiliate, a creator, and all these different things.
Yep.
One challenge I see in the space, or it's more of an observation, I guess, is that there are affiliates that are classic affiliates. They may not even be a user of your product. They're trying to make money online through affiliate marketing. And some, like at Lifter LMS as an example, selling software, we have some affiliates like I just described, but then there's also some of our users become affiliates to develop another income stream. And then there's this other thing where somebody just it would be called a referral program where maybe they get some points or credits based on their referrals, but they're actually not that interested in affiliate marketing. They just want
Mm-hmm.
to refer. It's kind of like the same folks who would leave you a 5-star review on a review site.
Your biggest fans.
Yeah, but they're just not really interested in becoming affiliate marketing or becoming affiliate marketers. As I think through having an option for everybody. Maybe somebody just wants to write content for your blog and they have a different thing or motivation. And then maybe you have that power user that wants to do all of that, a super fan.
Yeah.
Um, how do you think through, or what would your advice be in terms of, as a platform creator, educating people about all your different programs? And basically, it's one thing to build the programs. It's another, the pay for performance programs. It's another to get people really using it.
Yeah.
And yeah, so what are your thoughts around that?
So I actually did an email series. I have an email series that's kind of related to this, but basically, whenever I'm starting a program, and I'm going to do exactly this with Siren, I'm starting small and private. You have to treat this almost in the same way you treat a product launch, right? You're this in a lot of ways. This is a product launch. You're launching an offering to the public, so you kind of have to treat it like that. Do you know what I mean? So you start with your existing contact list, your existing contacts, and you start trying to find interest and gauge how many people would potentially sign up for something like that. Obviously, you want to have something prepared ahead of time, but you wouldn't just email your entire list with a program you wouldn't email your entire list that you have a course that's ready if you never looked at the course or made sure it worked, right? So why would you do that with a program like this? So you would want to kind of test it a little bit, make sure it's working, make sure it's effective, make sure it's helping. And in order to do that, you want to do almost like a private, smaller launch where you have, maybe you're testing it out with 10 or so people that you think are really going to be a great fit for this. And you start there, you work with them very closely, you have meetings, you get feedback, you talk to them, and you work with them to succeed. And with all of that information, you're now going to be properly equipped to actually be able to help others succeed at a bigger scale, right? So once you have that initial logic and that initial information, you can educate at scale. Even if it's a course, it could literally be a course, right? It could actually just be a course on how to sell your product. But the important part is you have to look at these people as partners and kind of like customers, and you are in a lot of ways their coach, right? You're helping them succeed. They're not helping you succeed. And once you kind of flip that mindset and you think about it like that, it really changes things. There's a lot of affiliate programs out there that all they ever talk about is, how do you get 100 affiliates? How do you get 1,000 affiliates? And almost every time I've ever spoken with somebody who has an affiliate program that's actually bringing in a meaningful amount of money, they will always tell you, oh yeah, 90% of it comes from a handful of my affiliates, and the rest of them don't really do much. So why are you worried about getting 100 affiliates when really all you need is 10 really good ones? So start there, start finding the really good engaged ones, run with them, work with them, figure out what's working for them and for you, and then try to scale that up to set up success for everybody else.
I think at Lifter LMS, we have around 1,500 affiliates. And just to confirm what you were saying, about 30 of them really move the needle.
Yep.
So why not just focus on the 30? Not to exclude people, but when you think about it, think about quality over quantity.
Yeah. And even dig into meeting with them and talking with them and treating them as super partners. Affiliates, partners. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
I also agree with what you said about the courses. I think we're about 60 days into a new free course we made on our Lifter LMS Academy about how to become an affiliate, understand it. These are the players. This is how it works. Mm-hmm. This is how to join a program. This is how to promote, and actually investing in training your people to be good partners is a really good idea.
Yeah.
One of the areas I got into trouble earlier on as a course creator, essentially building a Udemy clone. I had an organic gardening and permaculture site, and I would partner with these. This is before Lifter LMS. I would partner with these some really amazing experts. People would fly all over the world to see these people talk, and and I would show up with my video camera or hire a videographer, basically record the content, do the, add them to the website, like do all the tech stuff, promote it. Um, as a bootstrapped entrepreneur, one of the ways that I was able to do that with very little resources is I just kept it simple and did like a 50-50 partnership on the revenue through those programs. And there was an affiliate program on top of all that as well. Um, but what I found over time is that the partnership ended up being skewed in the sense that, of course, the experts' content was really valuable and important and key, but I was doing this work ongoing for marketing and growing and maintaining the platform and administration and all that stuff. So you mentioned it before, but I just wanted to dig in a little bit. Do you, in your time in the industry, like, what do you see as like good partnership percentages? And I know that's an it depends answer, but I think the classic question is, if I do an affiliate program, what should my percentage to affiliates be? Do you have any advice around that?
I do. That for me, I base that entirely on my profit margin.
Yeah.
Um, and how many different programs I want to have and the different roles that I want to create in my business. Because I really, that's what I see this as, right? I see these partnerships as an encapsulation of a role in my business, right? So the sales program is for the salespeople that I want to have in my business. The content writers has a program. I'm actually going to do a bug bounty program in Siren that's for developers. Like a lot of my solution for hiring and outsourcing development is going to be through Siren using a program. I mean, it's programs all the way down, right? So,
Yeah.
but the for me, the rate to charge depends, of course, it depends on what your competitors are charging and what they're offering and all of that stuff. But it also depends on what your profit margin is, right? So like if your margin is 50%, or something higher like that, then you can probably get away with doing as much as 30% of that going into your affiliate rate or something like that. But if you've got like a 10% or lower rate, which I'm sure most of your customers don't have because they probably don't have a lot of overhead because it's a digital product, then you've got to look at lower, really low rates. And actually, at that point, it might be hard to even compete and create a competitive affiliate program. But that doesn't mean that just means that an affiliate program may not be right for your specific business. That doesn't mean that other programs aren't, right? It's just you kind of have to like reframe what are your partnerships? What are the things that you need in your business, right? So like if you looked at your company structure, even if you are just a single solopreneur, or maybe it's just you and a partner, you look at what are all of the roles in the business, and every one of those probably has an opportunity, not all of them, but most of them have an opportunity that they can be done either with an employee, with a freelancer, or with a program that somehow incentivizes people to do it. The program may not 100% replace an employee or something like that. But for me as a solopreneur, if I can get like 2/3 or even a third of my content on my site written by somebody else who's being paid based on their performance, that's a big deal, right? I'm able to cut back on how much time I'm spending on this without necessarily spending more money on it today.
I love that. That's a really good reframe to think of it as a team member, an independent contractor, and literally in the US, and this is not tax or legal advice, if an affiliate makes over $600 a year, that's an independent contractor 1099 form that has to be filed and stuff like
Yep.
that. But yeah, thinking about it as a team makes a lot of sense. And pay for performance is a powerful way to create a great product or service, because instead of the team member or partner having the mindset of like, I have a job, this is how much I make every 2 weeks or a year, it's like I get paid on results. And that's why, like, real estate agents, as an example, have a commission that they make if they sell the house. And
Yep.
we see this a lot in sales, but it can go to other places as well, which is
Mhm.
one of the amazing things that's so innovative with Siren affiliates. Tell us more about pay for performance, like some other ideas for people
Sure.
and the
So,
impact of it.
so, and also it doesn't have to be 100% that, right? So this could also be something that augments an existing like employee or something like that. So maybe you
Like a
have
bonus. It's
like a bonus, exactly.
Yeah.
A blog. Yeah, precisely. So, you can use it to incentivize people for those kinds of things. And, I don't necessarily know if it would help you get a better rate or anything like that, but it certainly is there to help incentivize people. Like if you're at a point where you are trying to, if there's like a specific number or some kind of specific statistic that you really need to work on, maybe your churn rate is really bad or something like that. Like in software, that's what we deal with, right? And I mean, I guess your customers do as well, right? They have to deal with churn because they have memberships. So you can look at that and say, what do we need to do to improve this, right? And one of the things you can do is build a program around that for the people who can actually make change in that regard, right? So you can, instead of spending money on more marketing and exclusively on more marketing and more things like that to like improve that, you can take that and then reinvest in your own people and it's kind of a win-win, because not only are you giving them something to focus on and something to a motivation, you're, instead of taking that money and then giving it to some other company or some other entity, you're kind of keeping it in house, right? You're not, you personally aren't getting that money, but I think it's kind of cool to be able to like improve the welfare of the people who work with me by directly giving them a reward for having an improved impact on the things I care about.
That's awesome. Well, let's dig in a little more on WooCommerce specifically. WooCommerce there's a lot of sites out there that use it. There's a lot of them that want more sales and, maybe want help creating products and programs. What could a WooCommerce user do regardless of whether they're using an LMS or not?
So there's the affiliate program, of course. There's also the sales program, which this one's kind of interesting because it is different than an affiliate program in my head. So whenever I say sales program, I'm thinking more of the traditional salesperson, right? The person who actually does like the outreach and things like that. They're usually the closers, right? They're the ones that actually complete the conversion or something like that. So particularly if you're selling like higher priced things, a salesperson can make a lot of sense, even if they're working in conjunction with an influencer or a content creator. I keep saying influencer because it's anyway. So maybe the content creators are bringing the people to the site, and then that is somehow setting up some kind of a lead, right? It's coming in as a lead, and then the salesperson takes that lead and they're able to convert that. And if that salesperson converts that sale, they get a cut, and the person who actually made the original referral also gets their cut too. So what's really interesting about that to me is, and that's distinctly unique about Siren and the dynamic of creating multi-platforms like this, is those two people now have a vested interest in working together, right? Mm-hmm. So instead of it being an affiliate program, which is inherently competitive, like imagine a scenario where two affiliates can actually work together. That it doesn't exist because of the very nature of the fact that there must always only be one winner in every affiliate program. That is not true with Siren. You can have a salesperson who helps you close. You can have an influencer who brings in the traffic, and they both get their own credit. And what's really interesting is, even with that from a WooCommerce standpoint, is you can actually set up an affiliate program so that multiple affiliates from the same program get credit. So you could set it up so that instead of only the last affiliate who referred the traffic gets all the money, you could set it up to where the last one gets half of it, and then the person after that gets 25%, and then the person after that gets 12.5%, and it kind of goes down. You can divide it evenly among them. So like with that kind of stuff and with the ability to make it to where multiple people can actually earn commissions from this, you're setting it up so that these people can actually collaborate. And just imagine the possibilities of having two influencer type people who have big audiences that don't necessarily overlap, or they collaborate together to create some kind of specific funnel that allows them both to be able to end up bringing in more than they would have otherwise been able to do on their own.
Man, you're the guy for this. I love how clear your thinking is. Like nerding out on last touch attribution and affiliate marketing and the problems with that, and like making it more collaborative and share the wealth kind of multi partner approach is really cool. It's really innovative and it's really strong. And I love seeing the innovation that you have here. So go to sirenaffiliates.com, join the email list. If it's out, go ahead and buy your copy today and start innovating and growing your revenue and your partner community. What other final words for the people do you have, Alex? And how else can people connect and learn more about Siren Affiliates?
I'm in the Lifter LMS communities too. So I'm in your spaces. I'm around there. So if I happen to see any questions related to this, I'll probably just jump in and answer. But in addition to that, you can find me at alexstaniford.com. And you can message me directly on there with any questions. There's also a chat bubble on Siren Affiliates. If you have any questions, you can post them on there. And please, by all means, I welcome and want questions. I want to hear what people think of this because there is some novelty in this, right? There's a lot of things, there's new concepts and new innovations. And I really am interested to hear in what people are, what's exciting people about this kind of technology and what kind of things they would like to see more of. And I'm in a very, and especially if you sign up for the email list to get early access to this, you're going to get early access to it, but you're also going to kind of be on the ground floor with me on this, where you're going to be able to really directly influence some of my decisions on how I proceed with this.
That's awesome. So talk to Alex, and I just want to affirm what he's saying there. Alex interviewed me and some of the team, I think 3 times, like really digging into the course creator, the membership, the course marketplace, like challenges in the space. And as a guy who's been around a lot of product founders and stuff, the best ones do that sort of thing. Whoever's closest to the customer wins, as they say, and you've definitely demonstrated that through the whole journey of Siren Affiliates. So go to sirenaffiliates.com. We'll have Alex back on. We'll do a live webinar when the Lifter integration rolls out. I know the WooCommerce integration is rolling out first, and there's a lot of WooCommerce users out there watching and listening to this. So get ready. It's almost here. And it may already be out. Just go to sirenaffiliates.com. Thanks for coming on the show, Alex. Go check out our other episode with Alex and head on over to sirenaffiliates.com. And I can't wait to reconnect down the road and explore this further and be a user of Siren Affiliates myself.
Looking forward to it.